This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage. We're on a job today in Greensboro, and we've got this house here with this backyard. This patio slopes directly into the foundation. The hill right there just oozes water all the time, and the whole backyard holds water. And so we're going to be doing a bunch of work here. This has been going on for about 2 months. I guess we've been working on this job. So right now what we're doing is we're demoing all this stuff. You can see these pavers here. There is concrete under there. It slopes into the foundation. There's a big huge space between the patio and the foundation that fills up with water. Take a look at this video that the homeowner sent me. We're looking at that paver patio and the foundation, and you can see how the patio is way higher than the space between that and the foundation, and the water just fills up right here and it ends up in the crawl space. So the only real way to solve this is to lower that patio, and so what we're going to end up doing is replacing the patio with concrete and bringing the concrete up quite a bit. On the other side of the patio here, you can see it just turns into a pond, just holding water right there. This whole backyard has nowhere for water to escape to. So they've got this old deck that they want to get rid of as well. Just this old patio, it's sloping the wrong way. There's nowhere for the water to go. And so we are coming in here and replacing all this with concrete. And we're going to be doing a bunch of grading as well. The homeowners did have a drainage system. Take a look at this piece of corrugated right here. This corrugated is clogged and you can see water coming out of the back of it. So when all this water comes off the roof, it has nowhere to go. It lands in this backyard and it's just it's flooding the crawl space. The backyard is just completely unusable. So spent a bunch of time talking to this homeowner, and we're going to be doing basically a whole backyard transformation in this video. This is Sean. I'm on a job today in Greensboro, and what we're doing here is we're fixing a really messy backyard situation. So you just saw us tear out the deck and the old pavers. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be redoing the driveway with concrete. We're going to do a concrete patio here, and he's been having a lot of water going into the crawl space right there. So we're going to be getting all that concreted. All this here, I'm going to be taking out all this. There's a bunch of shrubs and stumps in here. So I'm going to get all that out of there. Take this down a little bit and put in a channel drain. As I was saying, he's got a lot of water that comes in right here. And so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be replacing all this patio. This is a concrete slab under here, and they had those pavers on top. So we're going to be doing concrete all the way up to the foundation here, and we're going to do a channel drain across here. We're going to catch this gutter into our channel drain and head on down here. We're going to catch this gutter, and then we're also going to do a French drain right here down to the street. And so this neighbor is pretty helpful, so he's going to pay for us to catch this gutter into the system and catch that gutter into the system also. So day one over here is concrete demo. So Harvey and his crew are over here working really hard getting this concrete out of here. Concrete's headed off to recycling. concrete guys just finished getting this torn out, and we are going to extend the driveway out to this line here. And so we've got a bunch of dirt that's going to be coming out of here. So I've got my little dump truck here. We're going to load that up with dirt, and we're going to load Harvey's big dump truck right there with dirt, and we'll take that back to my place. See how that pipe was holding water? When he's lifting it up, it's just gushing out of there. Look at that. That's all the water that was back grading and holding against any further water. Now it's pouring water out of it.
I mean, but not until he did that?
When he lifts up, it pours out. So what was happening is there was a belly that was holding water. So that's why we're not doing another pipe out here, because there's hardly any fall. That's why we're doing concrete. So. Tony went a little bit crazy loading my truck up. So, right there, it's looking pretty close. We are back on this job, and today I want to get some of this bank removed. So I just located this gas line. It's about 30 inches deep right there, so we have to be kind of careful right there. I want to get these stumps out of here and get this area graded down a little bit. So that's what we're working on today. I'm sure you saw what happened in the previous clip where the dump truck was getting loaded up and it just sank right down. So we tried pulling it out a couple times and it just spun itself and just sank right before our eyes. So I've done this many times with this truck, just loaded it down and kept loading it on disturbed soil that was pretty soft to begin with. So we had to get the other dump truck out and get it pulled out of there, but luckily we did get it out. Concrete can be a huge part of a drainage solution. And so the problem with that is you've got to get the concrete guys out there to do the demolition, and then they have to leave. They have to form it up, and then I have to come by and do the drainage work, lay the pipes, channel drains, whatever it might be. Then they have to come back and do the pour. And so timing and coordination is really important when we're doing concrete as part of a drainage solution. So that's why I work with the concrete guys that I work with, because I've been working with them for years and it just works out really well. So here we are back. I'm trying to do a little bit more grading with my Caterpillar there and get this down a little bit. We had just weeks and weeks and weeks of rain with this project, and so this project spanned, I guess it was probably a couple of months, just because we had so much rain and the bank just kept oozing water, and the concrete guy just wasn't really comfortable pouring with that much water around, so we had to wait till some dry weather came in. One of the things I stress to homeowners when we're doing concrete is to really think about it, and if they have any alterations they want to do, now's the time to do it. So this homeowner has been thinking about this while it's been raining, and we're doing a little bit more concrete, and so now's the time to do it. So he's out here spray painting for us, so we know exactly where we want to be. We're trying to give this last little bit of water a place to go here, so a little bit of trenching work. That's who I learned how to do the bucket thing with a bucket full of dirt. Use that for grading. That sand rock really dries things out. We are back out here on this job today, and Harvey and his crew are getting things formed up, and so we're trying to get in here with our channel drain and get that set. It's very time and sequence sensitive to get these things done right, but since I'm over here, we're going to be doing a French drain to the curb right here. So take a look at what's going on this side. This is going to be where we're draining our water. So right up until about here we're pretty dry, and then right over here we start getting into some real muck. And so we're going to do a French drain across here and tie in our pipe over here. And the neighbors, of course, their gutter water is not helping any. So this neighbor is going to pay for us to hook onto their gutters and send their gutters out here as well. So those two right there. We got some fiber in here on both sides that we have to worry about. Both people don't want their internet ripped out, so we got to be real careful about that. So here's what it looks like this morning. Harvey and his crew got here way before we did, and so they've been getting a lot done. The homeowner wanted this nice curve here. So Harvey brings in this, it's like a hardboard type of thing that bends really well. And so that'll give him his custom angle. So things are looking really good. I wanted you to take a look at the trench as I'm digging it. So hopefully this will start filling up with water here. And I'm pretty sure it's doing just that. They had some kind of an old French drain in here with a bunch of gravel, and you can see how much water is being held in that pipe right there. So all that water, once I just hit that corrugated pipe, is making its way into the trench. So these pipes are just holding water in here. And so when we do our French drains, we use only Schedule 40 PVC smooth pipe. So there's no way the water can be held in the pipe. So all this water here is going to have a path of least resistance out to the curb when we're finished. We are just getting finished up for the day. So Ronald's cutting the curb right there. I dug a 12-inch trench for the pipes, and then the French drain is going to stop right here. We had a fiber optics line through here, so we had to babysit that the whole time and hand dig it. But we didn't cut it, so the homeowner was worried about us cutting that, so we told him we wouldn't do it. But look what's happening with this trench. So it's filling up with water, which is exactly what it will be doing when there's gravel and our perforated pipe in there. When that water floods up, it will flood into the pipe and make its way to the curb. So this is a good sign that this trench is filling up with water by itself. So all this water here will end up in the trench. We also caught the neighbor's gutter and got that across here. You can see it coming in. So this is one of those neighbors that recognizes that his gutter water is landing over here, and so he paid for this work to be done with his gutters. So we've had a lot of lousy neighbors, it seems like, in the past, So this is a good one that is working with the homeowner. Harvey and the concrete crew pretty much got everything formed up and ready. The only thing they've got yet to form up is this little bit right here where we were trenching. So we got our channel drain set. Everything's going to be going this way and this way into the channel. The channel's falling this way, and our gutter is falling across there, and then we're going to be heading on down to the curb. So this is all going to be a nice patio here. See the water seeping through? It's just slowly coming through. So what will happen once this is finished is this water, this subsurface and surface water, will land on the slab and run into the channel drain. So it should work out really well. We got this pipe just temporarily in place. It's supposed to rain tonight, I think, so we should be in good shape there. This is Sean. We are back out on this job today. It's been a couple days since it's rained, and we're going to try and get our French drain and drainage work done today. So got the mini Bobcat here, got 6 tons of gravel, and conditions are still pretty wet, but we're going to try to get some gravel run into this trench over here. So the bucket can't reach into the trench, so the idea here is I'm going to dump onto the plywood, and hopefully the plywood will direct the gravel into the trench.
That way or a long way?
We are getting our trench ready for our perforated pipe. So there's our perforated pipe, and the holes face down, of course, so they pretty much end up on the side right there and there. So you can see that's the bottom view there. And so that makes a nice clean path for the water once it gets into the pipe. Alright, we're over here turning this corner. We caught this little gutter here and we're heading down the way. But we don't have a whole lot of fall to the road, so we have to be really, really careful. And so right here we've got a full bubble, so that's way too much fall. If we're falling that fast, we're going to run out of fall by the time we hit the street right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this pipe up a little bit. So you got more than a full bubble there. Jeremy's got a full bubble there, so we're going to go a little bit higher here. How's that look, Jeremy?
Still 3/4. Still 3/4. Whoa. That's a little too much.
All right, let's stomp on it. I'm still in a full bubble here.
Okay, now that went back.
Okay, so you're at a 3/4 bubble again?
Yep.
All right.
Definitely one of those. Needs to be. Okay, that's a. Okay, that's back to 3/4.
Okay, well, we're getting pretty close to the surface, so I'm happy there, because we just gave ourselves like an extra inch or so, and we may need that extra inch heading down the way. coming on down the way here with our French drain. We've got a solid pipe starting from there and coming across here. We've got our solid pipe coming from the channel drain in the back, and that's coming across on this side of the trench. And then we caught this gutter as well, right here. So now we are getting, this is our pipe coming from the back. So that's got 3 downspouts plus a channel drain. So that one's going to be solid all the way to the street. This one is catching these 2 gutters here. So there wasn't as much volume there, so we felt okay putting that into our solid pipe that's catching our perforated. So this middle one is our French drain, our perforated pipe. And then we're now ending the French drain here, and we're taking it to solid down to the street. So things are going pretty well. We are finished for today. So we have got our boards picked back up. Those things are a pain, but this is just all mud right here. And so I could have driven the machine over this, but we had our pipes set really well to have fall, and I don't really want to squish on them, and so we just covered it up. We didn't put any seed on it, so we're going to let it dry out and then revisit this and get this back to where it should be. So that's just kind of temporary right there. You can see I made some ruts here too, so we'll get all that fixed up. But here is the French drain, and these we got covered back up with seed and straw, and those from the neighbors, we got those seeded and strawed. And so now we're just waiting for things to dry out enough to pour concrete. Once we get the concrete in here, we should be in really good shape. And then I'll do some finish grading all across here and get all this cleaned up for him. So it should be pretty good. We are back on this job. It's been probably about 6 weeks of bad weather, so it's finally dried out enough that we can get something done here. So Harvey and his crew are here. We're gonna get this poured today. We just needed the concrete buggy for that little spot because the power line right there, he can't get any closer. So now we're just getting it rinsed off. This is the second truck. This is Sean. We are back on this job. So let's take a quick look. The concrete is all finished. So what we're going to be working on today is trying to get the grading finished up, or at least on its way. So there is the new driveway. So the first thing we're going to do today is the customer wants his tree gone. So we are going to see if we can get this tree out of here with the excavator. Nice. We are finished for today. I thought we were going to be finished with the job today, but let's take a look. We got our tree on the curb. There's already a bunch of brush here from the ice storm that we recently had. We cut a swale over here. There's a bunch of water that comes off the neighbor right up here and comes across and down. So we cut this swale here to try to get the water to come out here to the street instead. And I tried to scalp some of the sod back and place it back, so there is a lot of sod in here, but the customer wants us to bring in more sod, and they want us to sod all this. So we were going to seed and straw it, but they want, so I gave them the option of sod, and so they want to do that. So this is turning out really, really nice. So we will be back here doing sod. He's going to put a building right here, so we flatten that out just a little bit, and we're going to put some stone in there. He's going to get like a 12 by 24 garage type portable building. So we just kind of flatten that out just a little bit. This is Sean. I'm back out here on this job where we poured this patio and driveway, checking on it. It just started pouring out here, so we have a bunch of water coming across the hill, but we knew that was going to happen. Let's take a look at our channel over here. We're coming out here tomorrow to get sod on this, so it's a shame we didn't get our sod on there beforehand. We got a lot of sediment over here, but this will get cleaned up pretty quickly. There's some kind of, we don't know what's going on here with all this water coming across here, but we added this little extension right here. But look at how that gravel, that French drain's taking that water. And then let's see, this used to be a swamp all the time. So let's see how our outfall's working. Whoa, look at that. That is a lot of water coming out of there. And this side is the other side. So that's all water that was landing back there with nowhere to go. This is Sean. We are back on this job. Hopefully to finish up, we got a little bit of sod to lay, and then we should be good to go.
This ain't gonna take long, Jeremy's. Not long at all. It will almost take longer to eat the pizza than it will to lay this grass.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It ain't gonna take long, buddy.
I will go ahead and end this video right there. We have a little bit more cleaning up and finish grading to do, and maybe some more seed and straw. But for the most part, we're finished with that job. It's been going on for a few months now due to weather and other delays, but everything came out really well. The homeowner's super, super happy. He's been in that house for like 20 years, and the backyard has just been a mess for the whole time. So he's extremely excited to have a nice backyard. His kids and grandkids are over there running around enjoying the backyard. So it's been a great project and great homeowner to work with. And I hope you've enjoyed watching the video and watching the project. Thanks.